The Pope, Pius X, his figure rising amidst the churning waves of a church in peril, hands gripping tradition like a captain clutches the wheel of a ship in a storm. Tradition, to him, wasn't a relic encased in glass, but the pulse, the lifeblood. A pulse that beat from the days of Peter and Paul to this very moment, under a sky heavy with the weight of modern thought, threatening rain, threatening flood. 1903, the winds of change whipped the world, machines, factories, minds spinning faster than ever before. But Pius, Giuseppe Sarto, his childhood in the rugged Italian countryside etched deep within, stood unmoved. The world rushed forward, eager to tear down the ancient walls of doctrine, to replace them with the glassy reflections of modernism. Modernism, that strange specter, that synthesis of doubt and defiance. He struck it down, Pascendi Dominici Gregis, the encyclical like a sword, cutting through the smoke of intellectual pride. Modernism, the synthesis of all heresies, creeping, coiling, sneaking into the minds of the faithful, their hearts too soft for the ancient truths, their eyes too wide open to the seductive lies of the times. Pius saw it. He knew it. He fought it. And yet, tradition wasn't stone to him. It wasn't a cold monument to be revered from afar. No. It was living, breathing. Tradition flowed like water, like blood, from one generation to the next. He lowered the age for First Communion. Let the children come, he said, let them drink from the fountain of grace early. Let the Eucharist become not a distant mystery but a daily nourishment, familiar like bread, yet sacred. The Church, for Pius, stood at the edge of a cliff. One misstep, one crack in tradition, and the whole body could fall, swept away by the torrents of new ideas, innovations that cared nothing for the soul. He stood firm. And the Church stood with him, anchored, not by chains, but by roots, roots that stretched deep into the soil of time, nourished by the sacraments, by the words of Christ himself. Today, the world still spins, faster than ever, the winds howling with new voices, new ideologies. But we look back, to Pius, to tradition, not as an echo, not as a shadow, but as a light. A light that doesn't flicker, doesn't fade, guiding the faithful through the storm.